Now, the minority spokesperson of finance, Dr. Anthony Akotose, says the delay will negatively affect their work, and he also claims MPs are using their pocket money for developmental projects in their constituencies.
Members of Parliament who are currently on recess were expected to have resumed sitting on May 27, 2014, but that date has been shifted to June 3. This the minority attributes to lack of funds.
The funds that we are supposed to be used for development have not come. I told you about the third quarter. So I use mine to pay my constituent school fees. Now I'm having to take money out of my personal pocket to pay school fees. So the children too are suffering. You know, health funds in arrears, get fund in arrears. What is happening?
Dr. Anthony Akotose said even though a budget has been approved for Parliament, the Finance Ministry has not released funds for running the House. He said MPs as at now take care of their own travel expenses.
These days, everybody knows if you're a parliamentarian and you are traveling, you are asked to go travel. When you come back, you may get your money back. So you have to pay yourself. I'm going on official duty, and I have to pay for myself. And look, our building, we don't have a building, we don't have offices. So how do you expect the legislature to perform its oversight responsibility? As I speak, some committees are meeting around the country. It's all money. I think the park is in the Eastern region. They have to travel there. Most people have spent some time in their constituencies and have programmed themselves to have been back next week. Now they probably have to either stay in Accra and you'll have trouble from their constituents because they say you are hiding, or you have to go back to the constituency.
The former finance minister also indicated the third quarter funds for development have still not been released and added the delay would affect their oversight responsibility role.
I've been in Parliament, this is my 10th year. 10th year. But I've never seen this tightness before. And the talk on the floor, administrators, ordinary workers, it's the same problem. You go to the ministries, drivers who go out, their allowances, night allowances, not paid. It is a problem. In the meantime, you ask elsewhere, and I mean, the bag distributing companies are importing crude oil. We are paying premium prices. TOR is not functioning. So somebody's inefficiency is being come out at profit for somebody. There must be some balance.
Right, so question is Parliament really broke? Well, contrary to this report, Deputy Minister of Finance, Kisela Toforson, says funds had been released for the activities of Parliament. The minority had earlier attributed postponement of resumption of sitting from May 27 to June 3 to non-release of funds by the sector minister. But the Deputy Minister spoke to my colleague Bright Nana Alfo on News at 10. Let's see the essence.
Parliament's reconvening being extended for one more week. You are saying that as far as the Finance Ministry is concerned, it is not because the House is cash-strapped.
Correct.
And you have released whatever funds the House need to do its business.
Yes. You see, we operate obviously on budget basis. Parliament has requested for releases to be paid to them, and we have released their first and second quarter budgetary allocation for goods and services to Parliament. And that is what is used in running Parliament. And that has been released to Parliament. And this, they have the vote until the end of the second quarter, which is end of June. So if someone is to come out to say that the fact that Parliament has decided to extend the resuming of Parliament for another 1 week means that Parliament is cash-strapped, and for that matter, they cannot pay. And that is the reason why Parliament has decided to extend the resumption date. I disagree. There are so many other reasons why Parliament may decide to for us to come back.
You told me earlier that there could be several reasons why the House cannot reconvene, not particularly with this, but several other settings. I'm asking for you as a member to just give us maybe one or two.
Look, let me give one example. An example may be that Parliament is not ready to take businesses that they plan to take.
Right.
Right, let's look at more business updates this afternoon. Ghana could lose $400 million in revenue if it signs the Economic Partnership Agreement with the European Union. The Third World Network, which gave the figures, has expressed fear losing this amount could further worsen the economic hardship in the country.
Plans and consensus are advanced among the ECOWAS countries to sign the Economic Partnership Agreement. Few months ago, Nigeria identified the flaws in the agreement and refused to sign the agreement. According to a research by the Third World Network, the whole ECOWAS bloc stands to lose $1.8 billion annually in import tax revenues alone. Ghana is also likely to lose $400 million if it signs the Economic Partnership Agreement. Currently, in the Economic Partnership Agreement, ECOWAS countries, including Ghana, are expected to open 75% of their market. This, the Third World Network has described as dangerous.
The revenues jump. So, for instance, even Ministry of Trade's own internal calculation, the first 5 years of liberalization, you lose about 20 million. By the time you get the 6th year, you begin to lose 120 million. Yes. So the jump from 20 million to 120 is so big that it will have disruptive effects, right, on your planning. And if you think that governments are supposed to plan in 3 to 5 year terms for risings, then it is not enough for comfort to say that the revenue laws that we are talking about will not come into effect immediately. Whether they come into effect immediately or in 5 years' time, they are still of such magnitude that any government who is worried should be concerned about it.
Already, the European community has promised to support ECOWAS, including Ghana, with $6.5 billion to promote competition when it signs the EPA. Once again, Third World Network believes the proposed amount by EU is woefully inadequate that will further compel Ghana to lose another $300 million annually in revenue.
But if you look at the ECOWAS negotiators, in order to come to the 75% market access offer that they made to the European Union, they had to exclude from protection, that is to include in liberalization, many areas like roofing sheets, paving stones, paving tiles, insecticides, sanitary towels, paper napkins. All those things are now free for import. And there are European importers who produce these things from Lithuania, from Bulgaria and co, who are, because they are producing under better conditions, no electricity cuts, of better interest rate, will definitely outcompete our local producers.
It has therefore asked the government to rescind its decision in signing the Economic Partnership Agreement.
Our view is that if we don't sign the EPA, we'll be saving the Ghana government $400 million a year, and also be saving jobs, and also be saving our policy. So let us take the $50 million that the people will need to pay more duties out of the $400 million that will be saving to help them meet their duties, right? And while we are saving our job, and while we work with them for the next 5 years to help them diversify, because in any case, within the next 5 to 7 years, the preferences that they will be enjoying if we sign the EPA will be eroded by something called international trade as preference erosion.
And for the second time this week, we have seen no activity on the interbank market, with the Ghana cedi trading against the dollar, 2 Ghana cedis 80 pesos and 2 Ghana cedis 90 pesos. Well, banks have confirmed that the Ghana cedi would hit 3 to the dollar, and that would be the threshold. We have more on business later at 4:30. I'm Aniki Asari. Enjoy your afternoon.